Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? This is going to be my weekly update for October 18th through October 25th, 2011. The first thing I'm sure you can notice is that I got a haircut. My hair was getting a little bit unruly there for a while, unmanageable. Couldn't really do much with it. So I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have it cut now. It feels good. Let's see here. So first thing to get into is on Wednesday. I went to a show, as always, for a band called Spineshank. So here's the let's see here. Here's the flyer for it. You can see the bands that are playing and stuff. Alright, there we go. Clandestine and Spineshank were the touring bands, and the rest of them were local bands. I signed up for to win a guitar, and they gave me a Schecter sticker. That's pretty cool. It's a nice sticker. Yeah, okay, so then here's the tour poster. I think this is the official tour poster that the band is bringing with them. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty awesome, actually. I mean, they should make a full poster out of it. So yeah, the touring bands are Clandestine and Spineshank. Clandestine was cool. They have a girl singer. She's like a Japanese girl with blue hair, and she's like a tiny girl. So I didn't really know what to expect. I was, it could have gone any direction really at that point. It was, I'd never heard of them before, but I have to say they were really good. I haven't checked out any of their music since the show, but I'm sure if I got their CD or listened to it, I'm sure it would be good, and I'm sure it would be even better than they sounded like at the show. They kind of sound like Tool, that kind of spacey kind of vibe. From what I gathered from the show, they kind of had like a Tool vibe, kind of like one of those like proggy kind of bands. They weren't so straightforward, which is kind of what I thought they would be, and I thought they also might be like a screaming kind of band. That wasn't really the case either. Like kind of like textures and like noises and stuff. It was really good. And then Spineshank came out, and they played their greatest hits. They haven't released an album in like 8 years, but they played 2 new songs, and again, just like a greatest hit set list. They did the heavy hitters that they're kind of known for doing anyway. Like, here's the set list in case you want to see. They played Violent Mood Swings. They did Synthetic. They played Synthetic a little bit faster than they normally do in on the record. What is it? Murder, Love, Murder, Suicide or something is the new song, and then Nothing Left is a new song. Smothered sounded really good. No, yeah, Smothered and Beginning of the End sounded really good. So yeah, oh, and it says Beatles, but that's their cover of While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Yeah, so I got to meet the guys. They were pretty cool. They seemed to be having a good time. Got to meet all the guys in the band, all 4 of them. Friendly dudes. So yeah, that was the show. And also, I did get to see a couple songs from Virulent. I didn't get to see their whole set because I was kind of walking in and out of the show. But they were good too. They were like a heavy band. Like kind of sound like Emure a little bit, but not as like psychotic sounding. They're a little less psychotic sounding. Anyway, all right. So that was Wednesday. Okay, so then I guess right now I'm gonna get into the high point of my week, and that was on Sunday. This local comic book shop that I go to was having a I don't know what you'd call it. They moved stores, so they're having like a grand reopening kind of store party kind of thing. It was a big event they were doing. They had an exclusive signing. They had a special cover of a Lady Death issue, and they had the author there, or the writer, Brian Pulido, and they had the cover artist there signing copies. Limited number. They came with certificates of authenticity and stuff, and then the guy, the editor from Zenoscope, was celebrating 100 years of 100 issues of published comics. And Jessica Nigri was there, and artists were there. And it was just a big kind of party going on, and it was a surprise party for Raven too. There, I'll get into that too. So it was a big deal. A lot of cool things going on. It had a cool vibe. So highlights for me were I got to meet Jessica Nigri. I got a little bit of video of it. I don't know that it was I met her. She was outside. She wasn't there when I got there, and she got there after I got there, and so I was kind of like mingling around before I saw her. So when I was actually leaving to go to the bank across the street, and I was kind of like in an excited mood. I was like, I had actually just talked to an artist, and I was gonna get a sketch done, and so I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go walk to the bank, come right back, get my cash, blah blah blah, you know. And there's Jessica Nigri, and I was like, oh shit, like if I post a video, actually, you know what? I'm gonna splice the video in right here.
Hey, I have 2 fans.
No, because when girls see guys,
No, I know.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Wednesday,
What's
and I
new?
went with my boyfriend.
What's new? Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Hell yeah. Can I get a picture with you?
Sure.
Sweet.
You want me to take a picture for you?
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so I was walking out and I was all like, oh shoot, there's Jessica Nigri. And I took out my camera and I started walking, and I walked up to her and I was like, hey, can I get a picture? And I just got a quick picture and just kept going. And then I realized, I was like, damn, that was going to be like one of the major reasons for going. I wanted to get a picture with Jessica Nigri. I should have taken just a little more time, you know, in the conversation, or, you know, in the picture or something. But it was just so quick. And by the time I got back, she was already inside doing some other stuff. And then she left like half an hour later. So I guess I'm lucky to even get the picture when I did. Yeah, that was cool. Meeting her was definitely a highlight. And then also, Raven Gregory is the name of the editor for Zenoscope, and they did a. This is a really cool gift. You know, he was the one that's celebrating the 100 years. God darn it, 100 issues published with his company Zenoscope, and so this is really cool. Jesse James Comics did an ash can for him, and he they basically collected, you know, stuff over his career, and they did like artist interpretations of it. It was really good, and I got some of the local artists too. This is a list of local artists that participated, and it's not gonna focus. Anyway, so this is some of the local artists. They were there, so I got them to sign it. There's some good stuff. It's probably not focusing very well, but it's just really high quality, you know, art that they had done for him. And I just thought, what an amazing gift. You know, like, somebody had to commission all these artists to do this and then publish the ash can and stuff. I like this one. I don't know if it's going to come out, the gift. This guy's really cool too. He signed it somewhere. Yeah, right there. You can't see it. It's all dark. And this one's cool too. It's kind of an Alice in Wonderland theme, done by Shelby Robertson. And, you know, just a nice little write-up there. Congratulations, Raven. And I just think, wow, what an incredible gift, especially for somebody in the business. Like, what more could you ask for? I mean, as a gift, it's just amazing. Yeah, so that was that. They were giving them away for free. It's a nice, an amazing gift, and I'm glad they were giving them away, too. I mean, that would have been cool just to give one to him, but then to give it free to everybody, that was badass. That was a surprise, too. He didn't know anything about it, so he was really pumped about it. All right, so I would say, aside from meeting Jessica Nigri, the actual highlight of the event, oh, that was pretty badass, was I got a sketch done, and it was so cool. This is my first ever comic sketch. It's a Spiderman, done by Alfred Trujillo, and oh man, you know, I've become such a fan of comic art. I love comics and stuff, and I love reading them, but you know, there's like a million comics to read. Sometimes it's a little daunting to keep up with everything, but geez, I mean, I just love the fact that, you know, you can get sketches done, and they're, you know, I mean, reasonably priced. I mean, I'm sure if you got like Todd McFarlane, well, Todd McFarlane would probably do it for free, but you'd have to be really lucky to get it. But I mean, you know, it's just usually reasonably priced, and I don't want to say how much I paid for this one, but super reasonably priced. I didn't have a lot of money, and I just can't, you know. It's probably, you know, not going to focus too well, but it's nice. It's in black and white. He inked it for me. Super impressed. This is done by Alfred Trujillo. He's a cool dude. I'm just in love with it. You know, I'm going to frame it. I was thinking I might frame it and put it like in the background here, like framed art back there. That'd be pretty sweet. That'll be the first thing to get framed if I do. So yeah, that was a high point of my week. Definitely great time, great day. I was there a majority of the afternoon. The low point for me though Saturday I didn't have anything to do. I literally, I think I uploaded a video to YouTube, and I just kind of like messed around on the computer a little bit, and I think I went to bed around like, I don't know, like 10 or 12 or something. But I was excited for the next day, so it wasn't like I wasn't like sitting here like crying or anything. I wasn't like depressed, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I was looking forward to the next day, but looking back on it, I was like, hey, I didn't do anything Saturday. So I would say that was a low point of the week for me. Not terrible though. Oh yeah, and then as a continuation of last week, my low point last week was my chem lab. I told you it was like me and my partner like we're having troubles and blah blah blah. I'm not, you know, making any accusations or anything. I just want to throw it out there. She actually wasn't there this past Thursday, and I worked alone on the project, and I was the first one done. So I just thought that was kind of interesting, you know, comparison there. And also from last week, it was funny. I went to go watch the Hatchet movie, and I had no idea. I like literally no idea. I've already seen it. I must have seen it years ago when it first came out, because I saw it. We were living like in an old house, in another house. That's why it feels like so long ago. But it must have been like 2007 or something when it came out. So when I was like, oh my god, the first scene, I was like, dude, I've seen this. And then on top of that, I mean that's fine. I actually liked it a little better this time. I thought it was funnier and stuff. But they sent me. I've never received from Amazon, anybody through Amazon received such a scratched disc. It was supposed to be in like very good condition, you know, slightly used or whatever. So I'm gonna have to return it. I'm gonna send an email to them because it was like scratched. It had like spider webs all over it. You know, those nasty scratches. It wasn't just like a nick here and a nick there or something. It was like spider webs. It was just ridiculous. And you saw it when I unpackaged it. Oh no, I didn't unpackage it, but you saw it. It was an ex-Hollywood video rental, and it was like nicked up and I didn't think about it. I thought when I opened it up, I was like, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it'd be cool if it would have come very good, like they said, but I assumed that they had checked the disc. So basically, if you see that video and you see how bad the outside looked, it looked even worse on the disc. So that's for sure going back. Yeah, okay, so that was my week. Thank you guys for joining me. See you guys next week. Bye.